everyone, and welcome to Nervous Nessie. Today we're going to talk about travel insurance. Now, I've briefly talked about this before in some of my earlier videos, and I really wanted to focus on this. That way you guys can get a better grasp of what travel insurance is. When it comes to travel insurance, you have to think about what's important. Is it going to be the cost of the insurance, or is it a matter of trying to lessen what anxiety you have about your trip? Everything that you book for your trip is probably going to offer you some type of insurance, whether that's your lodging, flights, train trip, rental car. Insurance is all along the way. Now, the cost of all of this with the insurance can add up after a while, and if you're tight on money, you might want to skip on some of the insurance. You're not required to purchase travel insurance, but you might want to where you don't have to worry about anything really if something were to go wrong. You might want to buy travel insurance for every aspect of your trip: your lodging, your flights, your rental car, or you might want to buy it for just one aspect of the actual trip. Maybe you don't want to worry about the lodging insurance, but because your flight was so expensive, you want to get insurance for that flight. Maybe you aren't worried about the flight or the lodging, but because you are renting a car, you want to get travel insurance for that car. Is travel insurance worth it? Yeah, to me, I think it is. Realistically, the cost of travel insurance is rather inexpensive. It depends on what you are getting. The cost for the travel insurance for maybe a flight across country is really not that much, but the cost is going to go up if you end up choosing an international flight. Which flight can cause you the most problems? Well, I would think the international flight would probably cause me the most problems because I'm going to another country. So I would be more inclined to get the travel insurance for that flight versus a domestic flight that may be shorter. Always remember that anything can happen during your trip. We think in our heads of this wonderful, beautiful trip to this location and what could go wrong. I'm here to tell you anything and everything can go wrong. However, don't let that scare you. The purpose of this channel is to give you tips and tricks to help with that anxiety, and one of the great ways to help is just by purchasing the travel insurance. Now, let's say that you go on your trip and somewhere along the way things go wrong. You can use your travel insurance for various things, and depending on what's in the contract depends on what you get out of it. So whenever you go to purchase your travel insurance, make sure you read the fine print. What are you getting? What is this insurance going to cover? Most of the time it's not going to cover if you choose just to not go on the trip. The travel insurance is there for emergencies. Anything comes up unexpected. Things like flight cancellation, medical emergencies. If you're traveling to another country and something happens in that country, then it will cover those things. A lot of times it also covers your medical emergencies as far as the actual cost of the medical treatment. Depending on the country, depends on how much that is worth to you. In the United States, healthcare is astronomically expensive. Just an ambulance ride alone can cost you easily $2,000. And you have to pay for that in addition to the cost of going to the hospital, doctors, any type of tests that get done, and that can get very expensive. So if you're traveling to the United States, you're going to want to get that travel insurance to help cover any medical expenses. Now, there are other countries where there is free healthcare to where Americans can go to those countries or people go to those countries and the cost is extremely cheap. But to be on the safe side, it's always a good idea to go ahead and get that travel insurance in case something comes up. That way, what you do have to pay for is already covered. In my previous video about booking rental cars, I did touch more in depth on the car rental insurance. So you might want to look at that video to see specifically about the car rental insurance and what all that covers, won't cover, or if you even need to purchase it at all. If you're going to purchase flight travel insurance, you also need to look at what all that covers. Sometimes it won't let you get your money back. It will actually give you a travel credit for a future flight. This could be a travel dollar amount credit or a travel flight credit. So you need to read the fine print and see, am I going to get a credit on the dollar amount or am I going to get an actual free flight? Well, not free, you're having to pay for it from your original flight. Am I getting a flight for a future trip versus the money? Now, when you book whatever it is, whether it's lodging, flights, rental car, whatever it is, and you do purchase that travel insurance, you will get 2 emails. You'll get an email for what you booked, whether it's your lodging or your flight or your rental car, but you'll get a second email that is just for the insurance. So be expecting both of those emails to come through. If you purchased the travel insurance and you don't get that second email, give a once over of your booking email and see if it's tied into that. If it's not, you're going to want to reach out to the airline or hotel chain or rental car company to find out, where's my email that gives me the breakdown of this travel insurance that I purchased? Read the fine print, see what you're getting. A lot of times in the email, if an emergency happens and you need to file a claim for your trip, it will give you a website or email or phone number that you can call for the travel insurance, and you'll want to put that in your phone and have that handy in case something happens. One of the more popular travel insurance companies that you can purchase travel insurance through is Alliance Global Assistance. A lot of your major airlines and different lodging hotel chains, they use this company. It's a very respected company. So if you see Alliance Global Assistance, that is your insurance company for your trip, for whichever thing that you purchased, whether it's your lodging, your flight, or whatever. You could even see it on multiple. If you have a lodging and you purchase the travel insurance through them and they use Alliance Global Assistance and your flight also uses it, you'll see separate emails for each one with the dollar amount for the insurance that you purchased. I know today I kind of skimmed over travel insurance, and in my other videos, I did talk a little more in depth about the insurance, such as my car rental video. I talked about that type of insurance, flights, and more of that type of insurance. If you have any questions regarding travel insurance, feel free to put those in the comments below, and I'll try to answer any questions that I can. And also do your research before you go on your trip. If you go to book your trip and you see that there's a specific travel insurance company that goes along with what you're purchasing, your lodging, flight, etc., then go online and look that company up. See if it's a reputable company. But most of the time, if you're sticking to a popular airline or hotel chain, they're going to use a very reputable company for the travel insurance. If you like this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Leave a comment below of any videos that you want answers to for future videos, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!